Joining me today is New Hampshire Representative Francis Gauthier from Claremont. So Francis, I want to talk about some issues in the legislature, but I want to circle back to one thing that I forgot. This notion of four-year prep or prep for college versus technical training. I want to spend a little bit of time understanding sort of where you see opportunities in the state around one versus the other.
One big thing is downshifting from the state responsibilities down to the towns and cities. And what that's done is driven up the cost of property tax. And there's nothing any more sensitive in New Hampshire, and especially Claremont, as property tax. If the property taxes are brought down, then we can get industrial development going. Our properties in Claremont would actually be worth something again. And that would help the schools. It would help society in general in Claremont.
So, what's the root cause of the downshifting?
Well,
I mean, is it Concord spending too much? Is it Concord not taxing enough?
Yeah.
Is it Concord saying, "Oh, we'll hold our budgets flat. Oh, and here's how we'll do it"? Like, I remember there was a time when the state contributed to the retirement funds. Most of those costs, I believe, have been shifted to the towns. So what's causing that?
Well, one thing I want to say about is the downshifting, from the state to the towns and cities, is that we have a House bill up as 413, which is actually trying to re-upload responsibilities from the town back up to the state at 15% for a retirement, the state retirement fund. Is the state needs to get back to doing what they promised in the past.
Do you think that is good? Does that have any traction?
Yes, because it's passed the House once and it's passed our committee once, and it's off the Ways and Means. We think it's going to pass. Has a good chance of passing there. Come back to the House, and we believe that it's going to be going to the Senate. And we have good feelings about that in the Senate.
So will that require additional taxes on the state level?
What I'm hearing is it would cost the 15%. The 15% help from the state would cost around $40 million, which when you have a $12 billion budget, to me, I think they can get the money
internally or
somewhere.
through economic growth.
Yes.
So
yes.
So that has a good chance of passing.
Yes.
So back to the technical training. I guess should our high schools? How should our high schools think of that preparation for college or preparation for that first job or technical things? I mean, from an economic development perspective, what do we need in the state around this?
One thing that I see is very encouraging in New Hampshire, we have online high school. Now, that's very good because in the last 2 years of high school, is I believe that a
student, if they're working online, they can work.
Yeah.
I know a little bit about this. They call it asynchronous learning.
Yeah.
You don't have to be in the classroom at 8 o'clock in the morning. You could be at a job at 8 o'clock in the morning.
Yes.
So, is that where you're headed, so that frees the student to go and work, learn a skill, apprentice?
Yes.
Is that a model that you think we need to pursue further?
I think so. I've seen, like you take young NASCAR drivers, they're at the shop all week and they do their last 2 years of high school in the NASCAR shop while they're working. That's a type of apprenticeship, and I think this is what needs to go forward in New Hampshire. We have a lack of electricians, plumbers, carpenters, whatever, technicians of every sort, and not all kids are going to be college bound. Some of them when they enter into high school, they already believe that they're going to follow a technical job.
Are there things you could do that would help get the number of plumbers, the number of electricians at the high school level in Concord? Are there laws that need to be passed that would help that?
Yes, to reinstate the apprenticeship program, because right now, the way I understand it, I was an electrician many, many years ago, and I went through the apprenticeship program of New Hampshire, and I was shocked to find out that apprenticeship program no longer exists. That needs to be reinstated.
All right, well, I got to stop right here. When we return, we're going to continue our conversation focusing on the representative's first impressions in the legislature.